And welcome to Under the Rock.
Hi, I'm Lizzie.
And I'm Sophie.
And this is Under the Rock.
Glen Rock High School has a lot of news this week, from promposals and the jobs in the play to absolute scandal.
Let's hand it over to the news desk with Matt Alport and Shaina Ahmed to hear what's going on around GRHS.
Hi, I'm Shaina.
And I'm Matt. And welcome to Under the Rock News Desk.
Hey Matt, did you have a good spring break?
Yeah, I did. And you know who else had a good spring break? The chicks that just hatched on the 13th. Stop by the bio room to see them.
In other news, choir students had fun last week in Orlando.
But I didn't have fun because I was stuck here taking a park test.
A lot of students had fun on Career Day, learning about different opportunities for the future.
Alright, so this is me and Jenna. We are going into Career Day. It's in the Media Center. We're going in now if I can get the right door. So this is Career Day. I'm going to move over here. It's pretty much where people can learn about the careers they want to do when they grow up.
And after that, I got into financial services, and I'll get to why this particular route that I've taken.
When water is the healthiest thing that students can drink at GRHS, an E. coli scare is never good. Anyone using Ridgewood water was told to drink bottled water during the first week of April.
Glen Rock residents welcome back police officer Matt Stanislao after a 2.5-year leave of absence.
Be sure to stop by on April 27th to see talented students perform at Coffee House 42.
Seniors, be sure to get your general scholarship applications in by May 1st and sports scholarship applications in by May 9th. On April 5th, Blankets for Good held a tea party. Over 50 students helped make blankets for babies in hospitals.
What a good cause. That's the latest news floating around GRHS.
Thanks for watching and join us next time on
Under the Rock News Desk.
Thanks, guys. A lot's been going on around school. I still can't get over how good the last play was.
Me too. What makes it even better is that it was directed by one of the students of GRHS.
Eric Asher did his feature on Bridget Darcy, the student director. Let's check it out.
Mystery and Mayhem was a successful spring production that was performed on Thursday through Saturday on March 30th through the 1st of April. Mystery and Mayhem has 4 short scenes combined into one play, all about mystery and mayhem.
There were 4 different scenes that all were their own separate entities, and mine was the second scene. So the second scene in the first act out of the 4.
The show started with Anybody for Tea, followed by If Sherlock Holmes Was a Woman, Murder at the Greyhound Mansion, and The Mystery of Twickenham Vicarage.
My scene was about a rich man who had recently passed away, and a bunch of his relatives and other important people in his life came to his mansion for the reading of his will to see who would inherit what from his large estate. And then shenanigans ensued as they found out that the murderer was actually there. My 9 actors were in that second scene, and then each play, because we had 4, they were all spread out. We had over 40 students participating in the performance as a whole. It was stressful directing that many people at a time. Fortunately, I had worked as the stage manager for the high school before, so I did have experience in a leadership position, but actually being in charge of 9 different kids in my cast, it was stressful and a new experience. Being a director is a different job than some of the other things I've done for the company before, like stage managing. I would say that they're all equal amounts of work, but very different types of work. As a director, I had to plan out costumes, set design, all the blocking for the scene, who I wanted where and when. And that part was new, and that part was incredibly difficult because it was my first time ever doing that. So it wasn't more work per se, it was just very different and new work. After the performances, I was incredibly proud of the amazing job all the kids who had been involved with the production had done. All of the actors had such strong performances, and they really made their characters their own people, and even the crew kids, like, they put in so much work and they got so much done. The entire show was a success in my mind.
The spring production was very successful and was a wonderful experience for everyone watching and performing.
Wow, we really got to see how important Bridget's job is. She plays such a big part in the production of the play.
Speaking of playing such a big part in something, sports are a big deal at GRHS.
Let's hand it over to Sam and Evan at the sports desk to give us an update on GRHS sports.
Hi, I'm Evan Klein.
And I'm Sam Pintel.
And this is the Rock Sports Desk. What an exciting kickoff it has been for our spring sports.
Indeed it has been, Evan. In fact, the boys varsity lacrosse team had their first home game and they absolutely crushed it.
Speaking of crushing it, the team scored 16 goals, exposing the Riverdale defense.
I can't wait to see what this team can do later in the season.
Here's an exclusive interview with lacrosse goalie Colin Consoli.
Hi, I'm Colin Consoli. I'm the varsity lacrosse goalie. Our first game of the year over Riverdale went really well. We won by a score of 16-7. We were led by John Corey, who netted 6 goals. It was a great team effort, and we all stuck together through the ups and downs of the game. It just was a good experience to start off the season.
The boys varsity baseball team hit off their opening day with a destructive 18-3 victory over Manchester.
The team scored 18 runs in the first 3 innings, having 9 of those runs in the second inning alone.
This baseball team is young and inspired to go far this season. They have great potential to be a team that can surprise most people.
I agree, Sam. This team could really be something special and is 10-1 as of now.
Let's take a look at an interview with third baseman and pitcher Matt Carbone.
Hi, I'm Matthew Carbone, and I'm a senior on the varsity Glenrock baseball team. The game against Manchester Regional High School went very well, and the score was 18-3 with us getting the W. Danny Mendelson pitched very well, and the whole team as a whole did very well on the hitting and offensive aspect of the game.
Speaking of being off to a fast start, the track team has been doing well.
Both the boys team along with the girls have been performing at a high level, and the team hopes to have continued success throughout the rest of the season.
The team just won the county meets for the first time in 16 years. We were lucky enough to get a one-on-one interview with varsity track head coach, Coach McCartan.
Let's take a look.
The team has looked so far so good. We had a good scrimmage our first weekend against 2 very good opponents in Hackensack and Demarest. Our girls team showed some very strong performances, as did our guys team in the throws and the sprints. We're looking forward to our first dual meet today. This is March 5th, home against Elmwood Park and Lodi.
What are your expectations from the team for the remainder of the season?
We're trying to win the league again, defend our league championship, both guys and girls. For the girls' side, we're looking to be county champs. We're pretty much structured to do that right now. We need to be performing at our highest level by that time, which is in about 2 or so weeks. And the guys' side, we have a lot of role players, a lot of depth on the team, so to speak, which we should also bode very well for us when it comes to the end of relay season. It should be a very fun year. Looking forward to it. We have our largest team in the last 4 years, about 125 athletes. So we have a lot of different people to put in different places, so to speak.
Here's some upcoming games for spring sports teams that will be occurring in the near future. Thursday the 27th, the girls track team will be competing at Penn Relays at the University of Pennsylvania. Good luck to all those competing.
The boys tennis team will be competing at the Bergen County Tournament starting Saturday, April 29th.
There will also be a boys golf invitational at Arcola Country Club on May 1st.
Last but not least, the girls lacrosse team has a home game against Fairlawn High School Thursday, April 27th.
I'm Evan Klein.
And I'm Sam Pintel.
And this has been the Rock Sports Desk.
Thanks, Sam and Evan. Wow, sports can be pretty crazy. Kind of like the Promposals this year.
Actually, I did my feature on some of the Promposals of Glenrock.
Let's check it out.
It's that time of year again. Glenrock Senior Prom is coming up at the end of April, and people are starting to ask their dates. Asking someone to prom isn't just a simple question anymore. Now people do promposals, which are elaborate ways to ask someone to be their date. Let's go around and see the promposals of Glenrock. Many thoughts go through the head of the asker and even the person being asked during this process.
I was really happy and really excited because it was one of my close friends who asked me, and all my friends were there, and it was really funny because they took my dog and used him for the promposal.
So before I was feeling excited, I was like, wow, I hope this works because this has the potential to not work. And then afterwards, I was feeling relieved.
This is a lot of work for the person asking. There is a huge thought process that goes through planning the promposal.
It took me a little while to make the poster, and then it took me about 10 minutes to figure out how I was gonna get her to see the poster. I thought she would like it, and I thought it would be funny, and I thought it would get her to say yes, and I accomplished all three of those.
Now that we know about the process, let's hear about the actual promposals.
So I got her friend to say that she needed to drop something off. All right, so I had a poster. It said, will you go Cubes to prom with me? Long story, go Cubes, they're chewable coffee, we both love them. So I figured, why not go Cubes? Anyway, I made the poster, and then I had a box of Go Cubes about this big. It was a box, so it's 3D. I put that on her walkway, and then her friend texted her to come out to get the thing. So me and a bunch of friends were behind the car, and when she got close enough to the car drove away, and then I was behind like this. And then, yeah, she said yes.
I was out of my house doing stuff, and Lizzie Alba texted me saying, when are you coming home? And I finally got home and I saw one of my friend's cars outside, so I was expecting them to be in my house when I opened the door, but they weren't. And then I said, Sherman, Sherman, that's my dog, but he wasn't home. And I said, Mom, where's my dog? And she said, he's on a walk, but then I realized everybody's home, so how could he be on a walk? So then I went and I opened the door. David Martinez and all my friends were standing out there with my dog, and the poster said, I'll be Sherman, because my dog's name is Sherman, if you doggo to prom with me.
And for anyone going to senior prom, have a good time. I hope senior prom is just as enjoyable as these promposals.
Those promposals were really creative. I'm glad I got to see the behind the scenes of promposals.
Now since we got the details on promposals, Josh Vasora went out and asked students about March Madness.
Josh tried to see if students around GRHS would know the difference between fake and real March Madness facts. Let's see what they know.
So, do you follow March Madness?
Kinda.
Did you make a bracket this year?
No.
Okay, so there's one perfect bracket left in the world. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one perfect bracket left. The guy actually has Gonzaga, UNC. Have you watched either of those teams this year?
I watched UNC.
So I'm sure you saw David Ryan, their center, play, right?
Yeah, that was a good game.
How do you think David Ryan did, their center?
He did pretty well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did pretty well too. All right, thank you. Do you follow March Madness?
Yeah.
Did you make a bracket this year?
I did.
Is it perfect?
It is not.
Okay, I didn't think so, because you heard there's only one perfect bracket left, right?
I didn't know it.
Oh, you didn't know that? Okay, but you heard about it, right?
Yeah.
Recently, you heard about the how there's only one perfect bracket left in March Madness, right?
Yes.
Did you make a bracket this year?
No.
Okay, well, have you heard about the how there's only one perfect bracket left?
Yes.
Okay, so the guy has UNC beating Gonzaga in the finals. Have you watched either of those teams?
Yes.
Both of them?
Yes.
So I'm sure you've seen UNC point guard Tony Stark, right?
Yep.
How do you think he's been doing?
He's been doing really well. I think he's carrying the team, playmaker, but I think it's still going to be a really tough game.
There's one perfect bracket left. So did you hear about that?
Yes, I did.
Like, you've been watching ESPN, you've seen Michael Mathers, their point guard. He's been playing well. What do you think of him?
I think he's pretty good. He's the one with like the strict dad.
Yeah, like the strict dad and long hair.
Strict dad, and I think that's very funny.
Okay, thank you. I'm Josh Sora. This is Live Witness News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out.
Make sure to come back for more scoop in the next episode.
Thanks for watching Under the Rock.
Alright. Oh, it's like babysitting.
There we go.
No.
Okay. Okay. Here, baby, hold them. Baby, hold them. Hold them like this around. So that
You got chicks in here.
Okay. Here, Andrew, you know how they feel.
You're
scared of
right?
Yeah.
You're scared of birds?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're so cute.
I'm in love. Okay, guys. We actually do have to record, so we have shots of the chicks. I want you to thank Miss Fink. Do I say that word? Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
But we do have to record.